Sparkle Show. With us today, we have a really, really full house in here. Delaney Wright is our next up-and-coming performer. She is still a teenager. She is going to be playing her song,
To Make You Feel My Love. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do it wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue. I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling seas and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Yay! Oh my God, that was so pretty. I love it.
Thank you.
So, you cover a lot of cover songs, right?
Yes.
Do you do any original music?
I'm starting to write some, but it's quite difficult.
In what way?
Just like I'm a musician, so I can get the music out. It's just the words generally that I struggle with. And
That's the hardest part, is the
It
music
is.
part. No, the music part is that you're on top of that.
No,
the
yeah.
words should come eventually. Wow. So you've been performing how old since?
The day before my 13th birthday, I was playing in a bar, and then ever since then.
I love that. The day before my 13th birthday.
Yeah.
Not many of us could say that.
No, yeah, it was ironic because my parents knew the owners, and so they were like, "Oh my gosh, your daughter should play on the show," or not on the show, but like in the bar. So we were like, "Okay," and I wasn't even a teenager yet, and they were like, "Yeah, you got this. Like, you'll play someone's break." So I played this one guy's break, and then they were like, "Oh, you should do that again," and so I kept doing it until they gave me the freedom to do my own gig. And
That's
so-
a great 13th birthday story.
Yeah, no, it was great.
It's a great transition. It's like adulthood, and you're doing all that. Amazing.
Thank you.
So, did people think you were a lot older? I'm sure when you did this.
Yeah, most people guessed about 16 when I like first started, and I was
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm 12," but it's fine.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then now I generally get like 18-ish, but you know, people are just surprised with how young that I am, that I'm doing this, and like,
Because as an adult voice, that was very soulful. There was passion. There was like, it wasn't like, it was like,
Thank you.
that was so pretty. What's your favorite song to sing?
ooh, probably the one I'm gonna sing next, which is, what is it? If It Hadn't Been for Love by the Steel Drivers.
So you're like an old soul. These are older songs.
Yes,
How
they
did you
are.
fall in love with this sort of music?
Well, Adele would cover a lot of it, and I'd watch her videos, and like fell in love with all the songs, and then kind of took them in my own way.
Where do you see yourself with all of this?
I mean, hopefully big and famous someday, but right now it'll put me through college, and then we'll see from there.
Okay, so what's like your dream? Do you want to play like the Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl? Do you want to? What is like something that you like win a Grammys or some one thing in particular? Like I really want to do that.
A Grammy would be great. I think that's ultimately the goal, but I do have like a couple backup plans just in case. Just in case. But yeah, I think a Grammy would really be it.
Okay, so you like Adele. Who's your biggest inspiration?
It's gonna sound weird, but Billie Eilish. I'm like loving all of her music right now, and I wouldn't play it for like something like this, but like,
I'm hearing that a lot. A lot of people are saying that.
she's amazing, yeah.
So if you were to meet anybody tomorrow, who would you just dive? Like they just popped in through the door. Who would you be like?
Ed Sheeran. I saw him live like last year, and it was amazing because you hear artists on their tracks, and sometimes they don't sound like that when you actually see them live, but he was like genuine.
He brought it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Also, have you met anybody cool?
Oh, my mom really, but
No, but you haven't gone to any of these concerts and got
and
to
like
meet anybody.
met anybody, no.
You got to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put you out there and be like, you got to meet her. She's the next big thing. Do you perform at school a lot? Are you in the choir or the band there?
I'm in 3 choirs, and then when there's a solo event that they do around Christmas time as a fundraiser, and so I'll always sing in that solo usually. This year I did a duet, but so yeah, there's whatever solo opportunities there are, you always jump at them, and then yeah, so 3 choirs, and then I sing at my church occasionally, so.
What's it like? I mean, because you're doing big things. You're performing in bars. You're performing other places. And I heard soon you might do some studio time. What is it like being in these choirs and the structure? I mean, do they look at you like, or do you ever look at it like, oh, I could be doing...
It's different. It's less stress than this is because there's other people that you can depend on. I like it, though, because it's so different, and you don't ever get the same thing twice.
Okay, and then do you kind of feel like you're growing from both? You have this choir going on that's helping you here, but then you have this going on that's helping you in your choir?
Yes, it's definitely like a team, or like a 2-way effort with like I get certain benefits from choir, and then like other types of my voice get developed through singing solos and stuff like that. So they work on different parts of your voice, but ultimately your whole voice gets stronger.
So if you collaborate with any musician, who would it be?
Adele. She would be my main, like, I don't know, just because I want to meet her, because she's amazing, so.
Nice. So, do you even drive?
I do have my license. But my mom drove me here, so
You can't drink, but you can at least drive.
I can drive, yes.
When did you find out that you were, like, super gifted? I know you started performing at 13, but when did it even, like, she's good enough to perform in front of people. When did that happen?
I was 11 or 12, like middle school, I started trying out for small solos, and people were like, wow, you should like do that more often. I was like, okay. So then I started playing guitar and like basically taught myself how.
Wow.
And yeah, I took a few lessons, but like after that it was pretty simple. But so right around 8th grade, I did my first solo, and I absolutely loved it, and like the clapping and like it was great. And so that's when I knew that I enjoyed it, and then other people were like backing it up along the way.
What do you want to study in school?
I want to study the music industry, but I also want to get my teaching credential because I love working with children.
Awesome. Love it. Okay, take us away to the second song.
I never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. I never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have run through the blinding rain without $1 to my name if it hadn't been for love. I never would have seen the trouble that I'm in if it hadn't been for love. I would have been gone like a wayward wind if it hadn't been for love. Nobody knows it better than me. Yeah, I wouldn't be I was free. If it hadn't been for love. Four cold walls against my will. At least I know he's lying still. Four cold walls without parole. Lord have mercy on my soul. Never would have gone to that side of town if it hadn't been for love. Never would have took a mind to track him down if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44, put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. Four cold walls against my will. At least I know he's lying still. Four cold walls without parole. Lord have mercy on my soul. I never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44, put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been for love.
Thank you so much, Delaney. Oh, we have our audience over here. Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Christy Majors is your local real estate connection. With a solid, hard-working team, traditional listings, short sales, probate listings, and foreclosures are treated in a personal and caring way and close in a timely fashion. Since 2009, Team Majors has closed more than $75 million worth of homes all over California. Reliable and trustworthy, Christy and her team will go the extra mile for every client, whether selling or buying a home. So give Team Majors a call at 559-464-5606 or visit teammajors.com.
After a tough day at the track, cleaning up can be a time-consuming task. That's why we use Extreme Cleaner, the non-toxic, biodegradable, multi-purpose cleaner and degreaser. Extreme Cleaner cuts through even the toughest of grease and grime. Fast. Great for cleaning tools and work surfaces. Extreme Cleaner. Tough on grime, safe on the environment. Visit extremecleaner.com to find a retailer near you.
When you experience flooding in your home, you need to call Clean Master Emergency Flood Service at 559-213-9430. After soaking in water for only 45 minutes, carpet starts to come apart. Clean Master Emergency Flood Service can help, and not just with carpet repair. They also offer carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, carpet installation, and more. Call Clean Master Emergency Flood Service, and they'll be there in 60 minutes. Call 559-213-9430. If your home floods, who will you call? When your house springs a leak, it's time to call Clean Master Emergency Flood Service at 559-213-9430. Clean Master will be there in 60 minutes to start fixing your home. And Clean Master bills your insurance directly, saving you the hassle because you've got enough to worry about. Clean Master also offers carpet and upholstery cleaning, carpet repair, pet odor removal, and more. Remember, Clean Master Emergency Flood Service, 559-213-9430, and visit cleanmasterflood.com.
Ohan, and I'm loving this shirt right now. Life is simple, eat, sleep, sail, Huntington Lake.
That's right.
Okay, so Huntington Lake, explain, what do you have in Huntington Lake?
Well, I am currently the general manager of Huntington Lake Resort. We have the cabins for rent. We have the restaurant, which we offer fine dining on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. And we have the marina with the boat rentals every day, 7 days a week. Bobby Salazar's. I'm not going to have a piece now, but I am going to tell you,
had some
this
earlier.
one was my favorite one. If I have to choose one of the two, I would go with the guacamole salsa. It's gluten-free. It's delicious.
You were chomping over there. Now
I know. I feel shy to be eating on the air, but
I'm not shy at all. We gotta have this in Huntington Lake. I love it. So
I think it would be a great addition to have some out there on the deck overlooking the beautiful lake and the marina.
Fine dining. We get to have fine dining on the lake.
Yeah, maybe with our nachos, with our chips during the lunch special, we can have this. But fine dining Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We start that at 4:30
Do we have
p.m.
to make reservations?
If you want one of the fire pit tables, which is pretty cool because there's a fire pit directly in the center of the table, and it seats between 4 to 8 people. And if you make reservations, you can pretty much make sure that you're going to have one of those. We only have 4 of those.
Do we ever get to roast s'mores?
Oh, let me tell you about Chef Jose. He has this deep fried s'more. He dips it in pancake batter, deep fried, with 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. You're gonna love it. It's delicious.
Oh my god, I am sold. Like,
dude,
I am
I'm telling you, you're gonna.
person.
When people were like, I don't really eat sweet stuff. We're like, wait up. We bring this thing out. We flip. No, they love it. They love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh my gosh! So fine dining, all that. So you could actually see the lake from the restaurant.
Oh, we're sitting. Yeah, we're there. We're at the lake. I mean, from the deck, the only thing in front of you is our boat marina and our boat dock, and you're seeing it all. It's the quiet side of the lake. You have to go just past Billy Creek Campground. So as you're coming in past China Peak, it's all the way on the other end. So quiet.
So it's kind of secluded.
Oh, it's peaceful. It's like.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
It's as if you're VIP. It's not like when you're in Shaver. There's 300 other boats going around.
I know.
No, this is a lake where you can really relax and spend your time up there, just being at peace with nature. It's beautiful.
Okay, so when I want to go there and stay there and eat there, where do I sleep and everything?
We have cabins. If you go to huntingtonlakeresort.com, and during the week, our cabins start at $99. So you can get a queen size bed, shower, everything, the basic amenities that you would have. I mean, if you're going to go camping, you're going to spend about $200 just in supplies.
Oh, I'm not a wilderness girl. I'm taking the cabin.
Take the cabin. Take the cabin. The pontoon boat, a full day, 8 hours from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. No deposit and no extra fuel charge, only $325 for 8 hours on a pontoon all day long. Very affordable.
Wow.
Best deals around in the valley for sure.
Okay, so my only question is, if the fine dining's only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where do we eat during the week?
We have our restaurant open where we offer about 50 different items.
Oh, so that's where I can come in jeans and a tank top.
Well, you can come in jeans, tank top, and
To the
flip-flop.
fine dining?
Yes,
I'm
of
not gonna do that to
course.
the fine
No,
dining.
you have to. That's how it's done. Is we're on the lake. We just happen to serve really great food to people who live up there. We really want to support the community of cabin owners. There's about 400 cabin owners up there, and we want to say, hey, we're here. Not only are we here just for the tourists, but anyone who lives around there. We're kind of your personal little kitchen over there, preparing really good food for you, and just trying to be consistent with it. In someone's life, maybe a couple of summers are magical. 2019 is magical at Huntington Lake this summer.
I think my friends actually went there this last weekend. Because I mean, you're the only place that's like has a fine dining in Huntington.
That's right.
So yeah, they
That's
have
right.
a boat and they went up there, and I'm not sure if they stayed at your cabin, but
That's
they
fine. A
probably
lot of
got-
people don't. A lot of people just launch their boats and then they bring their boat up to our dock. They tie up,
Yeah.
they have the meal, and then they go on about their
But there's
day.
nowhere else to really stay though. You are like, where else can we stay if we don't have a friend with a cabin?
There's a couple of other places.
There's a couple of other places.
There's a
No,
couple of
I
other-
want to stay there. $99. I mean, who could beat that?
Queen size bed, hot shower.
Do you have lakeside views on the cabin, or depends on the cabin?
There is one cabin called The View. So that one has a perfect, nice lake view that's offered, and it's usually available during the week.
Okay, so weddings. Can we get married
Oh,
on the lake?
absolutely.
On yours?
We have events that we do. We can use the boat dock. We can use the deck of the restaurant. We can shut down the restaurant, have a private event. We can rent out all of the cabins, especially at the end of the season at September 1st when we close. We can do a full property private event easily.
George, you gotta find me a husband and I'll get married on your lake. How about that?
Well, I think if you hang out on the deck long enough, I don't think you'll have trouble finding your own husband.
You're my Armenian brother. You gotta hook me up.
Yeah. I'll give
It's
you
a match
referrals. I'll give you referrals.
Oh my gosh. So, what about year round? How often do we get to go and do all this stuff?
That's why it's so magical. You get 3 months. You get June, July, and August. September 1st, it's over. The party stops. So you get 3
Not even
months.
Labor Day?
Just Labor Day, and maybe the next day,
Oh, okay,
September
okay,
2nd, let's say, right? But imagine out of the whole year, you only get 3 months to experience this really beautiful place. So you might as well take advantage if you live around the valley.
What about winters? Do you have
They
the
shut down.
Christmas?
No, they
Well,
completely.
sometimes people do the winter thing, so I didn't know.
They don't plow the roads as far back as we go because we're the
Okay,
far
okay,
side of
that's
the
what I
lake there.
wondered.
Yeah.
Man, so we got to jump on the bandwagon. I'm
You
glad
got
I
to
had you
jump
on today.
it.
We have a month left to.
This is a ticking
George.
time bomb. You have to get up there while you can.
Well, this is all your fault because where did you
man.
just come from? Where were you vacationing?
Puerto Rico.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You've been contacting me. You've been hounding me since Puerto Rico. You're like, George, when are you coming on my show? When are you going to come on the show? And I appreciate that because, it made me feel like, hey, she wants me on the show. So as soon as I got to California, then I started hounding you. Hey, when am I going to be on the show? When am I going to be on the show?
But George, if you just shouldn't have gone to Puerto Rico. Then we could have been doing this the whole time.
Well, now we're doing this. We finally made it happen.
But I like that tan. That you got one.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been absorbing some of those rays for sure.
So you own this resort? Is it like a family thing, or you?
No, I'm the general manager up there.
You're the general manager. Okay.
The owners really love this property, and I'd like to tip my hat to them and really commend them for loving the property and really wanting to take care of it.
Are they Armenians?
No, they are not. I'll just
okay,
leave it
we
at
won't
that.
hold that against them.
No. But they're really great people. They're very generous with the community. They really want to do good for that local community.
Do they live there?
They do not. They travel back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are very in tune. They talk to the property every day. They talk to us on the property every day.
Nice.
They make sure they know what's going on. They want this place to really be successful for the future.
So you're the one that keeps everything going.
This season I have the responsibility. That's why I'm saying 2019 is magical because I happen to be there. If you come up there and you experience me while I'm on the job, you're going to love it.
That's so incredible. I'm really excited about this. So what else do you do when you're not managing? You also produce?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of film producing stuff. The last project I worked on before coming up here to Huntington Lake was with the Gary Sinise Foundation. They have a film called Brothers at War, and now they're going to be doing Brothers at War Part 2. It's the long view, and I was brought in as a camera operator to work on that documentary. I flew from Puerto Rico to Atlanta, and I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and I got to operate camera on one of their crews over there. So all the time something different. I work with small businesses to create their digital content. I just do whatever it takes. You know, right now is a time where, just like you're doing right here, it's I really love, you know, what you're doing, because you're taking advantage of what already exists. There's already some things that are out there. You know, to do a production like this 5 years ago could have cost $5,000. But now it's something that we can just do.
Very fortunate to get the messages out there.
So that's what I want to do. I just want to take advantage of the time that I live in. If I live in a time where I can use Wi-Fi and cell phone and a laptop to earn income, not only do I do that, but I also have a program called Teach, Coach, Mentor, and I teach the youth how do you earn a sustainable living wage without a 9-to-5 job. Because right now you can do it.
Wow, that's really important too. So when do you offer that?
I do different classes. I've done them at Clovis Veterans Memorial District.
Well, when's the next round if somebody wants to sign up for that?
Well, since I've been back to California, I haven't done one yet, but let's get one set up maybe at KP1 Studios.
Yes, and we have your information. We don't. That's for your Huntington Lake Resort. Do we have any?
Yeah, FultonFilmCompany.com for the other stuff.
FultonFilmCompany.com?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be really
number?
easy.
Let's put it up there.
George Ohan at Gmail.
I put my personal number up there, and people don't really call you.
When I used to be a nightclub promoter, and I would put my personal number on flyers. It's still the same number, by the way, till this day, since like 10 years ago. And people like on a Saturday night are like, "What's up? Add me +4." And my wife's like, "What do you mean add me +4?" I'm like, no, babe, that's from a long time ago. Don't worry about that.
Oh, how funny.
No, but Huntington Lake Resort, it's a special place. I hope people from the Valley really come up and experience it. We have the regatta races. People from Switzerland, Costa Rica, Germany, they know about the regatta at Huntington Lake. It's the #1 sailing lake in the entire state of California. So if we live here around the Valley, we need to go and experience that.
We do. That's an amazing adventure. So we just go to the website. They'll hook us up with the whole cabins. And what if we're there and we want to get a last minute cabin? Is it pretty hard? Is it pretty booked?
We usually work with you. We can usually figure something out. Saturday nights is pretty much the only night where it's like booked out in advance.
A lot of times you're going to be like, I'm coming back, and then you get there having a good time. You're like, oh, I want to stay and have a good time.
Yeah, so we get a lot of those, the stragglers. They come up, they want to have a good time for the day.
I'd be a straggler.
And then they realize life is simple. Why am I going to go back to Fresno? And the weather's about 25 degrees cooler.
I think that's the number one incentive you just mentioned.
The weather is about 25 degrees cooler. The only thing that's going to make you hot is this Bobby Salazar salsa right here. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, how amazing. So if we want to get a hold of you for
HuntingtonLakeResort.com.
HuntingtonLakeResort.com, and then the film. And what if, okay, so you do a lot of camera work. So if we want you to hire you to do some camera work, because a lot of people want little videos of themselves for stuff. FultonFilmCompany.com, and what I do around the Central Valley is I try to build a wolf pack of independent filmmakers because we can book work like I've been doing out of Phoenix or out of Tucson, out of different places, and we can still huddle up our local talent to produce those projects for out-of-state places. The digital technology has made it pretty easy to do that as well. And you do commercials as well, so people want a commercial.
Definitely.
When are we going to do a commercial for this? I want to be I just want to be on the commercial. So I
was thinking about doing one with Elena Gerard, so maybe we get her and you, and we come up and shoot a commercial.
That'd be awesome.
Let's do one.
My incentive is just
dude, magic just happened right here on the show. We got Sparkle, everybody. We just booked Sparkle for the Huntington Lake Resort commercial. Perfect.
Thank you so much for coming on, George.
You're welcome.
So fun.
Thank you for having me.
Ghost Golf is Fresno's most spectacular family entertainment center. It's frightening how much fun you'll have on our 18-hole indoor haunted graveyard course. Skeletons welcome you, but watch out. All sorts of creatures may come to life. Ghost Golf is perfect for scary good parties, so book yours today. You'll get free plays at the Mummy Shooting Gallery, arcades, and air hockey. Check out our party and weekday specials online and like us on Facebook. Come play at family-friendly Ghost Golf. Good times will haunt you.
At McDermott Counseling, you will receive the highest level of care and a welcoming, safe space in which to discuss your most personal issues. Our therapists go above and beyond for you. Call 559-280-5756 or visit McDermottCounseling.com to find a caring therapist who best suits your needs. Diane Ainsworth's books of poetry and scriptures are available at CondeoPress.com and as ebooks at Amazon.com. Diane hopes the words in her books will convey the unconditional love Jesus has for you. Learn more at godsinspirationsblog.wordpress.com and get a copy of Diane's books today.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss G. I offer fun and affordable promotion and advertisement on my talk show. It is called Fresno Vibes. We talk, we play awesome music. I also feature a bunch of different bartenders from different places. I like to have restaurants. I like to have any event, any kind of fun stuff. Contact me at rmgmissg@gmail.com and we will have so much fun and we will promote your business, promote your event right here on my show. So contact me. We'll have fun. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Sparkle Soojian with the Everything Sparkle Show. Tune in every Thursday live at 4 p.m. You will see people that are motivational, inspirational, inspiring, and of course, entertaining. We have a great time. We learn things about how big celebrities are inspiring big names here in Fresno. Hugh Hefner is the reason we have Fresno Magazine, and Gnarly Charlie got his start because Johnny Carson told him to. So, tune in, you'll learn something new, and have a good time.
Doctor in Sukasa allows you to connect with your doctor when you need a quick treatment. Avoid a trip to a medical clinic or emergency room and connect by video with your doctor from your home, work, or anywhere. Just go to drinsukasa.com on your phone, tablet, or computer. Dr. in Sukasa provides quality care that is convenient, bilingual, and affordable, so you are never left without access to health care. Visit drinsukasa.com today.
Welcome back to Everything Sparkle. With us, we have Chris from the Moose Lodge. Chris, explain to us about the history of the Moose Lodge.
Okay. The Moose started way back in the early 1900s. A gentleman named James Day Davis was trying to find a solution for all the widows and orphans that were killed or whose husbands were killed in the coal mines. So he set this up, invited businessmen to join up with his cause to help this. So in 1908, oops, hello microphone. So in 1908, he set up what we call Moose Heart. It's our child city and school. With this, the women and their children would come, and they set up a full-on school, nursery for the kids. Everything, all of the expenses were handled by the businessmen who started the Moose. Well, in the early development, they would have what's called the penny march. And after their meetings, whatever change was in their pocket ended up in a box and put in the bank. To this day, we've never touched any of the money that comes from the endowment fund. We work totally off the interest. So if something does happen to the Moose, it's covered until the last kid from Moose Heart graduates and the last senior at our Moose Haven passes on. So it's a wonderful organization. And nowadays, when we find out of a family that's having problems, the parents are either in jail having drug problems, we can take the kids as long as the state doesn't have them first. And with agreements of the parents, they're shipped back to Chicago, where they are set up in a home. And depending on their age, for instance, if it was a 10-year-old boy, he would be placed in a home with like-aged kids, raised by a husband and wife parent group. And with that, they're taught their chores. They have to go to school. If they fall down and skin their knee, there's a medical facility on campus, full on everything, food, clothing, education, until they graduate. This past year, we had 226 kids, and we had a graduating class, I believe, of like 28.
Wow.
And with that, if the kids maintain a B average in school, we'll pay for a 4-year education as well. And then on the other side, we've got Moose Haven. It's our group for our elderly. If you've been a member for 15 years or more, you basically work out some paperwork, send it back to Florida. They look over your application, and then they'll ask you out. And with that, they turn over their Social Security. And most seniors, these days can't live on their Social Security alone. Right. So, they say, here it goes. And free room, board, medical, dental, clothing, everything is provided by the Moose to the elderly. And then if so happen they, get sick, we've got a full-on hospital on campus. And if they happen to come across getting Alzheimer's, we've got a full-on Alzheimer dementia unit as well. So, and all this is supported by the local Moose lodges. California has little over 100 lodges. In U.S., we've got little over 1,200. And Great Britain, Canada, we've got units as well.
That is so amazing that it goes that far. What an important organization. How do you become a member? Is it kind of like the Masons where it's like...
This is very easy. Basically, come over to the lodge over by the airport. Come in and say, we're interested in becoming a Moose. And then somebody will show you around, fill out any questions you have, and give you the opportunity to join or not. So
that is so incredible. What a great mission. How long have you been involved with the Moose Lodge?
Probably a little around 20 years now. My wife's family belonged to the Moose and Napa area, and anytime we'd go up there, have a great time. So one time they were visiting us and said, do you have a Moose Lodge? And we said, I don't know, we'll find out. So we called, found out we did have one over off of Olive and McKinley area, and we showed up, played pool, listened to music, played shuffleboard, had a few cocktails, had a great time. So we decided to join. And, we basically joined for the spirits that we can get there and having the fun on the pool tables. But then we got more involved with the fraternal side and been stuck ever since. We've been to Moose Heart and Moose Haven probably half a dozen times each, and every time we go, it's amazing. And it fills your heart full of, I'm doing something for this place. And
explain to me the intermixings of it. I heard there's like the governor. Each Moose Lodge has a governor that's in charge of things. Mm-hmm. How does it work?
There's I'm the administrator at our lodge.
Okay.
So I take care of all the business. I take care of all the books, making sure the memberships get...
You're in charge of the money? You're in
I'm in charge of the money. So, and then we've got a governor. Every week we have a meeting to discuss business. We've got one meeting a month that all the members can come to if they'd like to. And we basically, anything we do for the lodge community, anybody, has to be approved by our membership.
So it's a governor and who else?
It's a government administrator and 7 others. So we've got a treasurer, we've got a prelate.
Oh, so you're not in charge of the money. There's someone above you.
Well, no. The treasurer works for me.
So you're like the head. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Chris.
So, but with these members, each one has a duty in the lodge. Some take inventory, some make sure that any members that are in the hospital, get a card or flowers or something. Even Charlie Lopez, who works with Bobby Salazar's, is a member at our lodge.
Ooh, oh, you're giving out the names.
Yeah.
Here's a little black.
And he supplies samples for our car shows.
So there we go, guys. Bobby Salazar. Now I love you even more, Chris. And I love the Moose Lodge even more because we love Bobby Salazar.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a wedding?
Sure. We have a facility.
Because I know you have a lot of events. I've been
Yeah.
invited to events. And how does that work if you're not a member and you go to an event?
You have to be signed in by a member.
Okay.
Unless we have, it's called a dispensation from our general governor's office at Moose International that says we're allowed to invite the public. On those events, anybody can come out. We've got a car show coming up. We've got a rib cook-off. We've got a chili cook-off. All these are planned for the next few months. October, we've got a luau. So all these are fundraisers for us.
So, Chris, what if I just, me as a person just wants to have a party there? Do I have to become a member? Or how are you going to hook me up if I just want to have an event there at your facility?
We actually invite you out to the facility, have look around, make sure it fits your function. We can get a dispensation to invite you to the property with your function. There's an insurance that has to be paid, a cleaning deposit, and then also the rental fee for the facility.
So I could just have a one-time event there. I don't have to be a member. I could just have a one-time event there if I want to.
Our membership is very affordable. We charge $50 a year for the men and $25 for the women.
So who wouldn't want to be a member?
Yeah.
Well, because then you get a discount if you're a
And
member. Okay.
with that, you can go to any lodge in the U.S. You show your card, you can go in.
So everybody should be a member.
It should
That's
be.
cheaper than the Chamber of Commerce.
It is.
I love that. Oh my! I thought it was so exclusive, kind of like the Masons. Now I know this is better. So I've always been mad I couldn't be a Mason, by the way.
This is for the public. We do a lot of stuff for Valley Children's, the veterans of Central Valley.
We love veterans here, so everything's Sparkle Show. So I'm going to get this, spread this mission. I love it. I didn't know any of this. You really, I learned so much right now.
Well, good. It's a wonderful facility. I mean, the first time I joined, like I said, was just to come and have fun. But after I found out what the Moose was about and what its goal was, I've been hooked ever since.
So this luau, can I go to it? What if I want to go to it?
Sure. Yeah, we're having tickets printed up this week. So by next week, flyers start going out.
So I can just get a ticket and then go.
Just get a ticket and go.
How exciting!
And bring all your friends. I believe the tickets are $30 or $35. I think it's getting.
What do you
down.
get? Do you get food and?
You get a full-on meal. You get a Hawaiian show. You get, I think, 2 cocktails with that.
Ooh,
so,
that's already an incentive.
But it's an excellent
What
meal.
does the proceeds go to this event, to the luau?
This goes to our general fund, and what we do with our general fund is when we have for instance, we're getting ready for Christmas. We do for Toys for Tots, but we also adopt 4 different families by 3 different members, so 12 families that we basically buy all their Christmas, their tree, their presents, their food.
That's so sweet.
So that comes out of our general fund. So that's what we do some events for, and some goes back to Moose Heart, Moose International, Moose Haven.
Do you have any singles mixers?
We actually have, well, we don't have mixers, but we've got several seniors. You're not a senior, you won't fit in.
No, I
with
said
that group,
single
but-
events, like
I
a
know.
single mixers for people
But,
that are single.
Our age group starts from 20 all the way to 85. So we've got, right now, 650 members, and then also 450 women members. So, and a lot of those are single. So, but I couldn't tell you, couldn't give you a list.
No, I didn't know if you guys had events where people meet people like that. That's what I was
We
saying.
could.
I brought that idea, speed dating.
You did.
Moose Lodge speed dating.
You just stuck a thing in my memo box. So
Nice.
But like I said, it's a great organization. We do a lot for the community. Like I said, if kids need help, we can help them. We had a senior that was part of our group that we found out that, she had $680 a month senior or Social Security. She couldn't pay her rent. She couldn't pay her utilities. We found out about it. We introduced her to Moose Haven, and she's living there. She's been there for 7 or 8 years now. and she's got a boyfriend. So,
Wow, you really set her up with everything.
yep.
Thank you so much for coming on, Chris.
You're sure welcome.
We forget about the higher good of food, right? You're growing a product that people enjoy really all over the world. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I think about that all the time. I think about the families sitting around a table, enjoying a meal. I just see that what we do brings families together.
I mean, we're blessed. We're in paradise for food.
Pour yourself a glass of Crybaby wine, available at the market and Sam's Italian Deli. And remember to ask for Crybaby wine at your favorite restaurant.
Are you thinking of selling your home? Since 2004, the Souza Group, brokered by eXp Realty, has specialized in premier property listings and sales located in the Clovis Unified and North Fresno markets. The Souza Group will do their best to exceed your expectations. Visit clovisunifiedhomes.com. Visit the beautiful city of Exeter and visit exeterchamber.com. The Chamber's mission is to promote, support, and enable Exeter to prosper, creating a strong local economy, promoting community, and providing networking opportunities. Follow the Chamber on Facebook and Twitter, or give the Chamber a call at 559-592-2919. The Kern family of the Kern Family Farm invites you to eat delicious, nutritious, organic produce available at the Gnarly Carrot, located at 32954 Road 222 in North Fork, California. The Gnarly Carrot is a local, natural, seasonally changing market, offering a wide range of products from local Central Valley vendors. Get your caffeine fix, grab a smoothie, and support small businesses. Learn more at kernfamilyfarm.com and visit the Gnarly Carrot today. Call Peachy's Catering for all your special occasions. Available to cook any variety of foods and desserts that will leave your taste buds wanting more. Call 559-558-2682 and follow Peachy's on Instagram and Facebook.
Today, we bring you the first part of our global broadcast exclusive conversation.
The streets of Tahrir have once again been filled.
Key issues here at the United Nations Climate Change Conference remain unresolved.
Police are saying the protesters to move further and further away.
I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Juan Gonzalez.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!
Welcome back to Everything Sparkle. We have Caleb with us, and I am going to finish the chip I was eating. Hi, Caleb. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for having me on the show.
So you are writing a lot of cool stuff. Can you tell our viewers about what you are writing?
Well, I started writing halfway through 2017 when I was going through a lot of randomly terrible things. It was like a really bad year for me. But 2 days before 2018, I decided I was going to go back to college, like no matter what, because 2017 was like the worst year of my life. And then I got published 4 times by the college in their annual, it's a little book, has like about 100 pages in it. And I was published in 2 of them. And then this year I got published as well in another book by them. And of the 104 pages, I'm 13 of them. So it makes me pretty excited to have the largest section in there. they sent me a letter saying, hey, we can't put all your stuff in there, but I had plenty of more stories.
So your tragedy turned into like a triumph, kind of a good.
Insanely, yes. I actually just got into Fresno State, and I am starting in the fall. And they have publication opportunities there as well, so hopefully I can get published by Fresno State.
What are you published in now? Where can we find this?
You can actually see some of my stories online on my Facebook page, The Stories of Caleb Seewald. But if you really want some stories, then you just message me, and I'll send you the ones that I'm basically allowing people to see that have already been published. And I am saving.
Well, where have they been published at? Is my question.
At the college in the books.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They have these annual. It's just once a year, and it's actual book.
Oh, I've seen those. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
they're they make one a year. There's a little over 100 pages in it.
Nice.
But I got 3 stories in one, and then one in another, in that 1 year.
Awesome. So we could see them now on the website if we don't go to the college.
Yeah, I have some stories on my page actually posted. I have the screenshots of some of the short stories.
I love the picture you have, by the way. That is a great plot. That was so beautiful, captivating. I love the coloring.
Thank you so much. That is from an artist that I met on the internet from Mexico. His name's Claudio
They did
Sepulveda.
amazing. And you just found them on the internet. You were savvy, Caleb.
Yeah, what ended up happening was when I first wanted to put together my book, I have a friend of mine that's no longer my friend, but they are like a savvy business person. And they were like, oh, here's my artist, really a professional artist, but they cost like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And so I entered this dilemma where I was like, what do I do? Everyone wants so much money. And so what I did is I joined some random, artists from Mexico, artists from Africa groups on like Facebook. And I'm like, I'm going to find artists that won't cost that much. And all of the art I've done is basically about $100. So.
Nice.
It's incredible. It's an incredible deal. I tell people to talk to him online. I'll set anybody up that wants him as an artist. Incredible artist, and he will make corrections and do so much work. Like it's just incredible.
So Caleb, did you always know that you wanted to be a writer, and then you just decided to after all this stuff happened, or all this stuff happened led you to want to write about it? What came first?
I should have taken the signs when I was younger that I was meant to be a writer.
Okay.
Because I did write.
Nice.
And there was a point where I wrote this short story that was about these 2 nations that were fighting over like the sacred burial ground type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just a teenager at the time, but my computer broke. And so it was gone. This was 2004 or something. And computer was put in the garage. Well, 2 years later, my little brother pulled the computer out and set it up and turned it on, and it worked. And we opened it up, and there was my story, and we both read it, and I actually cliffhangered myself. And at the end, I was like, what happens next? And I was like, oh, wait, I'm the one who wrote that. So there was this, my brother was blown away
That's
too.
so exciting when that happens.
It was very strange, but it was awesome. My dad used to tell me, how can you make money off of knowing everything about all the monsters and all the stuff, all the fantasy? What's the point of knowing all that stuff? And it's like, well, obviously now there's a point. When I started writing in 2017, it was because some of my friends were like, hey, you should blow off some stress, join this writing group, and we'll all write together. And
nice.
Yeah, but the problem is with writing on Facebook groups is your stuff gets deleted or it goes away. It's not really like a normal writing experience, right?
Oh, wow, I don't know much about that.
Yeah, well, so I got so frustrated because where are my stories? What's the point of doing all this writing and stuff? And I was saving pictures of my writing. And in the end, I was like, I should just write. And I started, and then everybody that was reading my writing really liked it. I have this one particular story that's nonfiction, right? It's about actual experience that I had on the bus with a veteran on Veterans Day in July. Not July. I'm sorry I'm saying that. 2013 was the year. But I remember that this guy basically had this. He told me that no one believed he was a veteran ever, unless he showed them his ID and whatever. Like people just didn't believe he was a veteran. And there was like no one on the bus. And then he has this emotional breakdown sort of because of something that happened. And I don't want to like spoil my story or anything, but all of this stuff kind of comes to a circle, and everything he said is accurate. No one believed he was a veteran. And it's just I don't know, I've had an incredible response. I had somebody that read my story in front of 130 people on Veterans Day. I can't remember what the name of the group is that they're in, but it's for people that are not military that want to appreciate the military and do things for them. And they were a member of it for 28 years, and they had read this book, Chicken Soup for the Veteran's Soul, and they were like, I'm going to read a story out of this book. And then they read my story, and they're like, oh, forget the book. I'll read your story instead because it's better than any of the ones in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, please stop. But it's been insane. I've had no idea that it was in me, but I want to tell other people that it's in you too. It is in you. If you don't think you have it, you might. And you can get the books that I'm published in at Fresno City for free just by walking in there. They have some of them available. But I think that if you've ever thought about trying it out, try it out. You never know. You might have one or two stories that are pretty good. And it might lead from one thing to another, and there's many different ways to write.
Where can we see your veteran story?
That's actually posted on my page.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is on my page. You can see that on there. It's only like 5 pages long, but there was a point when someone read it and they were like crying as they were reading it, and they squeezed my arm and they're like, everyone needs to read this, and I was like, okay, thank you. There was another point where I was trying to get people to read my stories. I was like, I'm gonna get one reader a day, and I was at Fresno City College, so I was walking around like, hey, you want to read this? It's only a few pages. You probably won't regret it. I think you won't. And people were like, oh, okay. So I actually got people to start reading it. One time I gave a story to someone, and I said, here, take this. I'll be back. And I came back like 30 minutes later, and there were 6 people there that had all read my story, and they all were telling me that they loved it. And that one got published by the school, but it's called Veterans Never Eat Free. And it gets me emotional just thinking about it, because there's a point in that story where I promised the person that I would tell their story. And I was like, I promise you I will tell this story. And it really blew their mind.
What's your fascination with veterans?
I don't have a fascination. I just had an experience. That's the thing. I write a large variety of things. And in my book, The Bloodletting Mountain and Other Tall Tales, the primary story that's on the cover is about a woman that basically figures out the limits of what she's willing to sacrifice to keep her child alive, because she makes this deal, and the deal goes beyond her control, essentially. But there's also nonfiction stories in there. So I do let people get a peek into my life and kind of where I have, where do all these crazy ideas come from. I've had a lot of experiences that no one else has had. I've been to almost every state in the United States except for Alaska and Hawaii. I can speak Chinese pretty well. I have 3 Chinese adopted siblings. I don't know. I'm on my 3rd major now in school.
What is it? Tell me all your majors.
I used to be a Asian studies major, and I studied Hmong and Japanese too at that time. But then I found out that I had to learn multiple languages if I really wanted to be an Asian studies, not just like focus on Chinese. And so then I wanted to be an art major, and I would sculpt, and I'd do these sculptures, and I did sell some sculptures. But then my teacher, I got to the point where she was like, well, you need to start charging more money. You need to start charging, like $250, $300 for your art. And there's one particular piece of art that I still have in my house right now that I did so much work on, and I'd show it to people, and they'd be like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. I spent about 15 to 20 seconds on it. And I remember being so frustrated that people would look at my art and they'd be like, oh, that's cool, and then they'd move on. But when I give them my stories and I say, read this, then they get trapped. You know what I mean? And so then they're there, and they just let all the time go by, and then from beginning to end. And I actually really get what I want out of the creative experience in writing.
So are you, is that your next major? Are you going to focus on writing now?
Right now I am English education as my major, with a minor in creative writing. So I was thinking about doing a major in creative writing, but I'm just trying to be a teacher so that I can spread my love of stories to other people and show them that there is a point in knowing everything about every little monster and every little spell or whatever, because that can bring frustration to people thinking that all kinds of things are worthless and that fantasy is worthless. But
Are you ever going to start a blog? Or is your website kind of like that?
Well, the thing I really want to do is I want other writers to contact me, and I want to kind of like do a back and forth, like trade and give them feedback and they give me feedback.
Nice.
I started a group for Fresno writers called the 559 Writers Guild.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people aren't very active on there because a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to post my stuff on the internet. I just want to keep it. And I'm like, well, you can do that, but also it provides some accountability. If you have a group of people that have all read your stuff and they know that was the first point that it ever emerged, then you kind of have that I don't know, I guess security of knowing that people know that. There's a lot of I joined a lot of writers groups online, and there's a lot of people that are afraid of having their writing stolen, and they should be. That's the reason that I only share stuff that has been published already.
That's smart.
You know, I have 5 published stories. I have other stuff that I wouldn't care, necessarily if people saw it or not. But I just, like I said, I've had this experience, and I'd like other people to possibly try and have it themselves. I've met some people that they write poems and they don't let anyone read them at all, but they write hundreds of poems. And I'm like, if you're going to Fresno City or you're going to Fresno State, there are publication opportunities for you.
Right.
And they let you keep the rights to all your stuff. So it gets published, your stuff's kind of protected because it's been published before, and then you still have your rights.
That's good knowledge to know.
Yeah.
Caleb, thank you so much for being on our show. We want to have you come back at some point and probably read something that's new. We would love that.
I would love to do that. By the end of this year, I should have my book definitely finished.
And you could read like a little excerpt?
Yeah, I could do that.
Amazing.
Or I could even just read one whole story, but because, that wouldn't be a problem.
And then if you read it, no one can steal it because it would be here for the first time and everything Sparkle Show. We would know that it's yours.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to read the Veterans Never Eat Free story because that one is true.
I would love that too.
And it's one of those ones that I really channel my emotion.
We love veterans. We're very supportive of it. Our show is, so we would love for you to come back and read that story.
Yeah, the point of that story is in the title, Veterans Never Eat Free. There's no such thing as eating free somewhere. So what it should say is meals paid for. Veterans, your meals are paid for. Not veterans, your meals are free. That's like the argument of it.
I understand. If you've been keeping up with my show, you've seen some of my frustrations and complaints that we've been talking about with other veteran organizations about that we need more. They need more help. That there needs to be more help for veterans. I'm thinking it's on the same path, right?
Exactly. There's the person in the story does make an argument about you want to give me something, give me a job, show me something that someone like me. Show me a place where I will be completely accepted for who I am, type of thing. Like, where?
Exactly.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Caleb. We'll have you back soon.
Thank you so much. This has been incredible. You have a great day.
We forget about the higher good of food, right? You're growing a product that people enjoy really all over the world. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I think about that all the time. I think about the families sitting around a table, enjoying a meal. I just see that what we do brings families together.
I mean, we're blessed. We're in paradise for food.
If your home floods, who will you call? When your house springs a leak, it's time to call Clean Master Emergency Flood Service at 559-213-9430. Clean Master will be there in 60 minutes to start fixing your home. And Clean Master bills your insurance directly, saving you the hassle because you've got enough to worry about. Clean Master also offers carpet and upholstery cleaning, carpet repair, pet odor removal, and more. Remember, Clean Master Emergency Flood Service, 559-213-9430, and visit cleanmasterflood.com.
With Organic Pastures Raw Milk, you're getting a product that has been meticulously managed from grass to glass. From our pastures to our dairy, creamery, and distribution, we work hard to produce a product that is safe and clean for you.
Got lactose intolerance or dairy allergies? Discover delicious raw milk and discover dairy the way it's supposed to be. We provide tours and would love to see you. Come visit the cows, watch the milking, the cheese being made, and learn all about raw milk. We're just 20 miles south and west of Fresno, California. Call to schedule a tour at 559-846-9732.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Christy Majors is your local real estate connection. With a solid, hardworking team, traditional listings, short sales, probate listings, and foreclosures are treated in a personal and caring way and close in a timely fashion. Since 2009, Team Majors has closed more than $75 million worth of homes all over California. Reliable and trustworthy.